This is probably my stupidest video and I shouldn't post this, but I'm gonna put it out there anyway. That's probably why I haven't gone on a date in quite some time. You guys are not gonna believe what just happened. First and foremost, you're in store for another lame blog about my life here today. You're probably thinking, wow, this guy has way too much time on his hands, and I absolutely do. I don't know. It's Sunday, July 4th. Happy 4th of July. I hope you have some fun plans queued up for here today. A week ago, I made a video titled, Why I Have a High-Paying Software Sales Job and Still Don't Get Girls. If you wanna go watch that after this, by all means. I said if I get 50 likes on that video, I'm gonna download Hinge. So I downloaded Hinge. This morning, I spent about an hour optimizing my profile, and I'm gonna take you guys on a little walk in my favorite alleyway, talking about my dating strategy and how there's parallels to sales. Hinge is an RMS, relationship management system. Many of you guys watch this channel for sales knowledge, so if you're not interested in my dating life and kind of how sad it is, then you should probably click off now. While I was recording this video, you guys aren't gonna believe this. Already somebody liked my profile back. I just created it like 10 minutes ago, and we already have a like back, so we're gonna look at that. That's my work from home station right there that I slave at each and every week, and that's where we record the YouTube videos. I'm taking you guys on a little field trip here today. We're gonna walk down to my favorite alleyway, and I've been thinking a lot about my dating strategy, and now I'm gonna share what prompted it and why I'm putting this all out there in the internet publicly. So I was at my pool yesterday, sitting around drinking White Claws, and my friends were like, Trent, you really seem to over prioritize work and health. And I said, you guys are absolutely right. The glaring weakness in my life right now is relationships. I try and talk to friends and family. I spend all my time working, and they said, Trent, if you get in a relationship, that's actually gonna elevate your life. You should hang out with people more, you should have more of a social life. And I said, that's a fair point. Let me think about that. And when I broke it down and actually thought about it, here's what I see. If you're single and saying, okay, I need to get in a relationship, it's gonna make me so much happier. If you're in that good relationship with someone, I'd say that that's the optimal state of happiness. You're with someone else that elevates your life, they push you to get better, you have someone to hang out with, someone to emotionally relate with. I feel like that elevates your life to the highest level. If you're in a relationship that's actually not a good relationship, that's toxic, that brings you down, that wastes a lot of your emotional energy, I'd say you go from that top place to actually a low place. And if you're single like me, that's relatively happy, just trying to do their thing and comfortable with themselves, I'd say that that's a nice middle ground. So the middle ground's actually better than being in a bad toxic relationship. But if you're in a good relationship, then I'd say that elevates your happiness to the absolute top level. You ever just walk around and see all these cars and see all these places where people live and say, behind those walls, that's where people are living. I wonder what they're up to right now. I wonder what everyone's doing. Everyone's in their own place. Maybe that's just me. That's a weird thought. I think the first thing to note here is that I've never been in a relationship, so I'm actually the worst person to listen to when it comes to dating advice. We're about to walk to the end of that alleyway right there, so make sure not to click off. Another weird side thought is talking openly about your relationship status is almost as awkward as walking around talking into a camera by yourself, and other people are walking their dogs, running around. They're like, oh, I wonder who that guy is. I wonder how many subscribers he has on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed now, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button below if you can appreciate this content. I know most of you guys only watch this channel for sales stuff, so many of you probably don't really care about this. I do see some similarities between working in sales and trying to date. First and foremost, I think a lot of people are uncomfortable with saying, oh, I met somebody on Hinge, I met somebody on Tinder, I met somebody on Bumble. Me personally, I wouldn't want to tell that story, because when I have friends in relationships, I'm like, how did you guys meet? And they're like, Hinge. And I mean to think, oh, okay, that's okay, it's not a problem. But it's just not as cool as, oh, we met in a coffee shop, for example. The way I'm starting to think about Hinge, and I rewired it this morning when I was creating my profile, is I was thinking, in sales, I use Salesforce as my CRM, my customer relationship management system. That's not a weird thing. That's a tool to help me get to more prospects and customers. Hinge is your CRM, a relationship management, an RMS, relationship management system. Hinge is an RMS, relationship management system. It's gonna help you market yourself. It's gonna help you find candidates, gonna help you find prospects. And where I've struggled at in the past is that I haven't been clear about my intentions when it comes to dating and talking to girls. It's like, are we talking to talk? Like, what are we talking to do? I think the strategy here, now that I thought about it, is that in my sales job, it's all about getting pipeline. It's all about how many calls can I make. There's thousands of accounts. A lot of them have a lot of money, a lot of them have a little bit of money, but regardless, I'm still going after as many accounts as I can so that I can sell as many deals as I can. From a dating standpoint, I'd say when we think about like attractiveness, like smarts, personality, charisma, whatever, that's like a $5 billion revenue account. There's not a ton of those out there, but there's also a lot of accounts that are much smaller and easier to get to. So I think it comes down to what's your ideal buyer persona and what are you going after. And I know this sounds super cheesy, so I'm gonna stop going down that thread. But the way I'm thinking about it is in sales, you gotta generate pipeline. You gotta make calls, you gotta send emails, you gotta get as many meetings as you can. And that's the advice I give many of you who are looking to get in sales and who are trying to be more successful is, hey, just go work harder, go get more pipeline, and you'll naturally sell more deals. So when I think about where I'm at, and I'm always very critical with where am I at, how am I feeling, and I need to just take my own advice. Hey, I need to talk to more girls, I need to go on more dates, I need to swipe more on Hinge, whatever it may be. And that will then put me in a position to be more successful, maybe have a little bit more confidence to actually go up and approach people. And those of you judging right now, you're probably thinking, wow, this guy's lame, wow, this guy has no success. But this is honestly what I'm dealing with, and I think a lot of guys in their mid-20s as well probably encounter this. I mean, what do you do, you know? I mean, we have backyards like this. I mean, what are we doing out there? So the other point I learned at the pool yesterday that was a little bit scary, which is what then forced me into actually doing this, is that I'm 25 and I feel like I have a lot of time. I feel like let me prioritize my work and my health. And the more money I make, the more successful I become, then the higher quality relationship I'll be able to have. But I think I'm actually looking at it the wrong way. It actually makes more sense to start early, because the longer you wait, the more people are taken. Am I right about that? I was almost thinking about it the inverse, thinking, hey, the longer I wait, it's a supply and demand thing. There's less supply of high quality males like me, so there's greater demand for me, but there's actually a lower supply of girls as well. So it kind of works in the inverse as well. So yeah, we're trying to tie economics and sales to dating. It's probably why I haven't gone on a date in quite some time. I think bottom line, if there's any takeaways here, is that this is probably my stupidest video and I shouldn't post this, but I'm gonna put it out there anyway. I like to be vulnerable. I like to share with you guys what's going on. And I mean, you can make all the money in the world, you can be as successful as possible, but that doesn't guarantee that you're gonna then fill up all the other buckets of life: health, relationships, work, meaning, fun, really whatever you want. And the purpose of this video was to talk about really where I'm at, what I'm struggling with, and my experience, and how I'm trying to put together a plan to put myself out there a little bit more. So only time will tell, but you guys gave us the 50 likes. You prompted me to download Hinge. We're on it now. We already got some bites there. We got a lot of fish in the sea, as they like to say. So we'll see. The last time I tried to set up a Hinge date, I got no-showed. So that's what led me to delete the app, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. On the flip side, if we have any girls out there that are watching the channel that are fans, maybe you could drop a comment below. Maybe I should develop something where people can maybe turn this into like a dating show. Like, people can apply and we'll go on dates and we'll make it into a video. Maybe get a lot of likes, maybe actually get in a relationship, who knows. So we're just spitballing ideas. It's Sunday morning, a little hungover from yesterday, 4th of July. We're gonna sip some White Claws by the pool. This is my building right there. I'm gonna go edit this video. I'm gonna get this video up here today, so it's live, it's fresh information. If you guys have any advice for me, let me know. And as always, I'll see you in the comments. Make sure to like the video below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.